18-0 with 16 KOs. He's fought multiple fights in 2014 and 2015 sanctioned by the WBO, which made him the #1 ranked fighter by the WBO at heavyweight. But what he's going to do now is he's going to fight for the mandatory spot of, basically he's going to fight to be the next mandatory for the winner of Charles Martin versus Anthony Joshua, which is taking place for the IBF title in April. Joseph Parker, 18-0 with 16 KOs, is likely. It's not official yet, but his team are working on closing a deal to fight Carlos Takam. And as I said, the winner will be the mandatory for the winner of Charles Martin versus Anthony Joshua. T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. And this is a move that Joseph Parker needed to make. He needed to fight somebody in his next fight ranked, because when it comes to his resume, he hasn't fought anyone that is ranked very high or even a fringe contender. Carlos Takam with fights against Mike Perez. That was a draw, with the exciting fight where he got stopped by Alexander Povetkin. Makes him a good fight for an up-and-coming 24-year-old prospect / future contender, Joseph Parker. Now, when is the fight going to take place? It is not known. Where is the fight going to take place? It's likely going to be in New Zealand. And if you don't know, recently, Joseph Parker called out Anthony Joshua, but Anthony Joshua decided to fight Charles Martin, and I can understand that. He's going for the title. So what is Joseph Parker doing? He wants to fight Anthony Joshua. So instead of waiting around to be put into a WBO eliminator fight to fight the winner of Tyson Fury and Vladimir Klitschko sometime in 2017, or 2018, maybe, I would say 2017. Instead of waiting around for that, he decided to go ahead and fight for the IBF title. The IBF eliminator, which makes somewhat of a easier route, I guess they feel, because if they beat Carlos Takam, Team Joseph Parker, who called out Anthony Joshua, they feel they can beat Anthony Joshua. So beating Carlos Takam would grant them a shot against Anthony Joshua if Anthony Joshua beats Charles Martin. But see, here's the thing about Anthony Joshua versus Charles Martin. A lot of people are saying that Anthony Joshua is going to finish Charles Martin off in just a few rounds. I think it's a 50-50 fight. We don't know who Charles Martin is, and there's very little footage, fight footage out there of him going 6, 7, 12, 10, 12 rounds for us to get a gauge of, okay, this guy does bring something to the table. A lot of people I know are feeling that the southpaw advantage of Charles Martin may give Anthony Joshua some problems. But whoever wins between Anthony Joshua versus Charles Martin, Joseph Parker wants to fight the winner. That's obvious, because he's already ranked #1 by the WBO. And basically, let me go look at the WBO rankings really quickly to see. Oh, and Anthony Joshua is #2. So the next in line, hold on, let me pull it up. I don't want to take too long on this. But let me pull up the WBO rankings. There's a point I'm trying to prove. By the way, I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe. Yeah, Tyson Fury the champion, Joseph Parker #2, Anthony Joshua #3, Vladimir Klitschko. So basically, when it comes to the WBO, like if he's ranked #1 by the WBO, meaning Joseph Parker, if he wanted to get a WBO title shot, #2 is Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's fighting Charles Martin. #3 is Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko is fighting Tyson Fury. #4 is Alexander Povetkin, who's going to be fighting Deontay Wilder. #5 is Alexander Ustinov, who's already shown up in fighting for the WBA. And then you got #6, Carlos Takam. So Carlos Takam made the most sense for Anthony Joshua at this point in time. And he's the highest ranked guy that's available for him to fight in the IBF and the WBO. So that makes this fight a very credible fight for him to take at this point in time in his career. You know, so I'm all for it. Whenever it is, it's likely going to be on probably like a Wednesday morning, 5 a.m. It's some old crazy time for me. I'm going to be covering the fight because it's a very big one. The heavyweight division is back when you got Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz, Joseph Parker, Anthony Joshua, Charles Martin, Deontay Wilder, Alexander Povetkin, and the list goes on. It's a lot to be excited about when it comes to heavyweight boxing over the next 2 years to see if anybody can become an undisputed champion, because they're all saying they want to do it. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.